Welcome to the website. Marius and I had a feeling you might be checking in for your opportunity to purchase Tomi. It's an investment, really, for a lifetime of great putting. Marius developed Tomi just for players like yourself so you can measure the 4 critical parameters of your putting stroke so you can know how to improve. Because after all, Marius, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, you can't improve, can you?
You're right. The reason for the invention is to give people feedback on what they're doing. Without feedback, you can never learn.
That's right.
What Tomi does, it just tells you where you are. If you don't know where you are, it's difficult to get where you want to be. So that's a good starting point to know where you are. And it also gives you a roadmap to get where you want to be.
That's right. Tomi not only measures the 4 critical parameters, which we'll get into, but then you simply find out what your problem is by looking at the results. You click on, you get tips from Marius himself. Now, Marius, take us through the 4 critical parameters that Tomi measures and why they are so important.
But as you know, the most important things in putting is distance and direction.
Sounds simple, right?
It sounds simple, but it's actually very difficult to control both things at the same time. So if you can control the distance and the direction the ball is traveling, you'll probably have very good results. Now, what parameters actually influence the distance and the direction the ball will travel? The first parameter that we measure is alignment at impact. In other words, where is the club face pointing at the moment you strike the ball? If it's pointing left, it's obviously going to go left. If it's pointing right, it's obviously going to go right. That will determine 80% of the direction of the ball.
Wow.
The other factors that influences the distance and the direction the ball will travel is the speed of the club. The greater the velocity, the further the ball will travel.
Obvious importance there.
Then stroke path, a very underrated element in putting. Stroke path, you either cut through the ball, in other words, you come from outside in, or you come from inside out, or you go straight down the line. Tomi will tell you what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
And the last parameter is the rotation of the club. In other words, the club rotates around its own axis, and we measure how much rotation you have during the backstroke and at the end of the forward stroke.
So those 4 critical parameters really determine the distance and the accuracy with which you putt. That's why you came up with them, and that's why Tomi measures them, correct?
Correct.
Well, we all know that putting is 43% of all the strokes you're going to take, so we all want to become better putters. The Tomi is the first system that allows golfers, just like yourself, to be able to analyze your stroke anytime you want. All you have to do is take 5 putts. You have a sample big enough to now see the results and each critical parameter. Then, if you have some mishaps like me with the way my stroke path goes out to right field, you simply click on tips, and Marius will give you tips. He gave me 2 tips on how to fix the problem. It's as simple as that. You really have Marius and Tomi as your own personal putting coach for the rest of your golfing life. Sounds like security to me. So, why not? Go ahead, order Tomi for yourself right now to have your own personal putting coach with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you're putting good, come measure yourself with Tomi. See what your great strokes and your great putting looks like with Tomi. And if you're putting poorly, do the same thing, right, Marius?
Correct. A very good thing about Tomi is it gives you purpose for your practicing.
You have to love that. Marius, thank you. And go ahead, follow the prompt and order yourself your very own Tomi for a lifetime of great putting. Hey, we might even see him on TV, right, Marius?
Yes, we may, and I hope so.
Order yours right now. Thanks for watching.